All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native Americans, you're the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. All right. Now, I got a verse here today. All right. Well, what I want to do is read the book of Susanna. All right. And there's a point at the end of the story. All right. Which is a very short story. It's only one chapter. All right. And, at the end of the story, there's a point that I want to get to, but I want to read Proverbs 19 and 9. All right. So Proverbs 19 and 9 says, a false witness shall not be unpunished. That's right. And he that speaketh lies shall perish, meaning shall be put to death. All right. Because that's one thing that the Lord hates. All right. Mostly. All right. Matter of fact, let's get that. 6 things that the Lord hates. Okay. All right. So it says right here, all right, Proverbs 16 and 16, all right, through 19, all right, says, these 6 things does the Lord hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him, all right, a proud look, yeah, the Lord hates someone who is very prideful, man, all right, someone who is very proud, all right, a lying tongue, so the Lord hates someone who lies, man, very greatly, man. Very greatly, man. All right. The Lord hates someone who's always lying, just a lying tongue, man. All right. These 6 things does the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. All right. 1 is a proud look. All right. Someone who's very prideful. All right. A lying tongue. All right. But let's go all the way at the bottom. All right. A false witness that speaketh lies. All right. So someone hates someone. So the Lord hates someone who speaks a lie against someone, man. All right. Something that is not true about someone that gets, that they like basically a rumor. All right. A lie against someone that is not true. All right. The Lord hates that with a great, fierce, and vehement passion, man. All right. These 6 things does the Lord hate. The Lord hates these things. All right. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue. All right. A false witness that speaketh lies. That's right. So the Lord hates that. He hates that greatly, man. All right. So that's why he said in Proverbs 19 and 19, all right, 19 and 9, a false witness shall not be unpunished. Because that's one thing that the Lord hates greatly, a false witness. All right. As we read right here in Proverbs 6 and 16. All right. 6 and 19. All right. A false witness that speaketh lies. That's something that the Lord hates. These 6 things does the Lord hate. A false witness that speaks lies, man. All right, so that's why he said right here in Proverbs 9 and 19, a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaks lies shall perish, meaning shall be put to death, man. All right, now this is the reason why I want to read this, all right, because there's a reason why these 2 men got put to death at the end of the story of Susanna, all right? So I'm going to read the story. It's not a very long story. It's a very great story, man. And I'm going to read this whole story, and the point is at the very end. All right, the point is at the very end, and these 2 men at the end of the story, they got what they had deserved, man. All right, because they did something that was very, very wicked that the Lord hated, man. All right, so let's get into the story. All right, it shouldn't take that long. I'm gonna kind of breeze through it. There's no precepts that I'm gonna get. Mainly the point I want to get is in the last 2-3 verses. All right, so let's just get into it. Let's read the story. All right. All right, so this is the book of Susanna, the history of Susanna. All right, chapter 1, verse 1. All right, there dwelt a man in Babylon called Joachim. All right, and he took a wife whose name was Susanna, the daughter of Chelcias. All right, a very fair woman. So Susanna, she was a very good looking woman. She was bad. All right. The scriptures say that she was a very fair woman, because sometimes you got the scriptures saying, because sometimes the scriptures will describe a woman as fair, meaning good looking. All right. But here it says very fair, meaning she was fine, man. All right. There dwelt a man in Babylon named Joachim. All right. And he took a wife whose name was Susanna. All right. The daughter of Chelseas, a very fair woman, and one that feared the Lord. So she feared the Lord, man. She was a righteous woman. All right. Her parents also were righteous and taught their daughter according to the law of Moses. Now Joachim was a great rich man and had a and Joachim was a great rich man and had a fair garden joining unto his house, and to him restored the Jews, and to him resorted the Jews, because he was more honorable than all others. The same year were appointed two of the ancients of the people to be judges, such as the Lord spake of, that wickedness came from Babylon, from ancient judges who seemed to govern the people. These kept much at Joachim's house, and all that had any suits in law came unto them. Now when the people departed away at noon, Susanna went into her husband's garden to walk. And the two elders saw her going in every day and walking, so that their lust was inflamed toward her. And they perverted their own mind and turned away their eyes, that they may not look unto heaven, nor remember just judgments. All right. And albeit they both were wounded with her love, yes, durst not one show another his grief. For they were ashamed to declare their lust, that they desired to have her, that they desired to have to do with her. Yeah, they better be ashamed, man, because you looking upon another man's wife, man. All right. Yet they watched diligently from day to day to see her. Yeah, so they always kept an eye on her, man. They basically stalked her. That's what they were doing. They were stalking her, all right, because they were inflamed in their lust, man. All right. And the one said to the other, let us now go home, for it is dinner time. Right? So when they were gone out, they departed the one from the other, and turning back again, they came to the same place. And after that, they had asked one another the cause. They acknowledged their lust. Then appointed they a time both together when they might find her alone. All right. So they came up with a plan, a plot. All right, to find her alone by herself, man. All right. So it says, and when it, and it found out as they watched a fit time, she went in as before, with two maids only, as she was desirous to wash herself in the garden, for it was hot. And there was nobody there save the two elders that had hid themselves and watched her. Yeah, so they were being peeping toms, man. They were being creepers, man. All right. Then she said to her maids, bring me oil and washing balls, and shut the garden doors, that I may wash me. And they did as she bade them, and shut the garden doors, and went out themselves at privy doors to fetch the things that she had commanded them. But they saw not the elders, because they were hid. Now when the maids were gone forth, the two elders rose up and ran unto her, saying, behold, the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us, and we are in love with thee, therefore consent to us and lie with us. Yeah, so they wanted to basically have a threesome, or run a train on her. All right. If thou wilt not, we will bear witness against thee that a young man was with thee, and therefore thou didst send away thy maids from thee. Yeah, so they was doing, man, that's wicked, man. All right. Then Susanna sighed and said, I am straitened on every side. For if I do this thing, it is death unto me. and if I do it not, I cannot escape your hands. Yeah, so she was axed out either way. All right. It is better for me to fall into your hands and not do it than to sin in the sight of the Lord. That's right. That's right. All right. With that, Susanna cried with a loud voice, and the two elders cried against her. Then ran the one and opened the garden door. So when the servants of the house heard the cry in the garden, they rushed in at the privy door to see what was done unto her. But when the elders had declared their matter, the servants were greatly ashamed, for there was never such a report made of Susanna. Yeah, because she was known to be a righteous woman, and they believed the elders, man. All right, the lie that they have told. All right, and it came to pass the next day, when the people were assembled to her husband Joachim, the two elders came also full of mischievous imagination against Susanna to put her to death, and said before the people, send for Susanna, the daughter of Chelcias, Joachim's wife. And so they sent. So she came with her father and mother, her children, and all her kindred. Now Susanna was a very delicate woman, a beauteous to behold. Yeah, she was fine, man. All right, very delicate, like a woman is supposed to be. Nowadays, you got these women, all right, they all manly and masculine, man. All right, a woman's supposed to be delicate, soft, smelling good. All right. Now all you women want to do is you're very clamorous, man. Wicked as hell. All right. All you want to do is drink Henny and yell in your man's face, man. All right, a woman's supposed to be delicate, man. All right, how can you be considered a woman after getting in your man's face? That's not a woman's place. All right, to be yelling at her man. All right. So it says now Susanna was a very delicate woman, a beauteous to behold, and these wicked men commanded to uncover her face, for she was covered that they might be filled with her beauty. Yeah, because she had to be bad, man. She had to be fine as hell, man. Bad as hell, man, because they keep talking about how beautiful she was. Right? Therefore her friends and all that saw her wept. Then the two elders stood up in the midst of the people and laid their hands upon her head. And she weeping looked up toward heaven, for her heart trusted in the Lord. And the elders said, as we walked in the garden alone, this woman came in with two maids, and shut the garden doors, and sent the maids away. Then a young man who there was hid came unto her and laid with her. So they're lying, all right? A false accusation, all right? Then we that stood in a corner of the garden, seeing this wickedness, ran unto them. And when we saw them together, the man we could not hold, for he was stronger than we, and opened the door and leaped out. But having taken this woman, we asked who the young man was, but she would not tell us. Yeah, but she would not tell us these things we testify. All right. Then the assembly believed them, and those that were the elders and judges of thy people, so they condemned her to death. All right, they condemned her to death because they believed the report of the elders that she committed adultery. All right, because that's one of the as part of the law, the adulteress and the adulterer shall be put to death, man. All right. Matter of fact, I think I got that. It says right here. All right. Yeah. Leviticus 20:10. A man that committeth adultery with another man's wife. Yeah, because a man's not supposed to lie down with another man's wife. All right. And that's what they were trying to do. All right. That's how a man commits adultery, by sleeping with another man's wife. You're not supposed to be out here smashing other niggas' bitches, man. That's wicked as hell, man. All right. It says, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall be put to death. All right. So when a man lays down with another man's wife, he's supposed to be put to death, man. All right. So let's get back into Susanna. All right. It says, and excuse my French, by the way. All right. So it says, then they assembled. Then the assembly believed them as those that were the elders and judges of the people. So they condemned her to death because they thought she had committed adultery, because they believed the lies of the elders, man. Then Susanna cried out with a loud voice and said, O everlasting God, that knowest the secrets and knowest all things before they be. Thou knowest that they have borne false witness against me, and behold, I must die, whereas I never did such things as these men have maliciously invented against me. And the Lord heard her voice. Therefore, when she was led to be put to death, the Lord raised up the Holy Spirit of a young youth whose name was Daniel. That's right. All right. Who cried with a loud voice, I am clear from the blood of this woman. Then all the people turned them toward him and said, what mean these words that thou hast spoken? So he, standing in the midst of them, said, are ye such fools, ye sons of Israel, that without examination or knowledge of the truth ye have condemned a daughter of Israel? Return again to the place of judgment. Return again to the place of judgment, for they have borne false witness against her. Wherefore all the people turned again in haste, and the elders said unto him, come, sit down among us, and show it us, seeing God has given thee the honor of an elder. Then said Daniel unto them, put these two aside, one far from another, and I will examine them. All right. So he asked them to separate them. All right. So he could question them. All right. So when they were put asunder one from another, he called one of them and said unto him, O thou that art waxen old in wickedness, now thy sins now thy sins which thou hast committed aforetime are come to light. For thou hast pronounced false judgment, and hast condemned the innocent, and hast let the guilty go free. Albeit the Lord saith, the innocent and the righteous shall thou not slay. Yeah, so you're not supposed to slay the innocent and the righteous, man. Falsely accuse somebody. Remember, in Proverbs 16 and 6 and 16, it says, these 6 things does the Lord hate. All right. And yea, 7 are an abomination to him: a lying tongue, all right, and a false witness that speaketh lies. Yeah, so the Lord hates a false witness that speaks lies, man. All right. So that's why he says, for thou hast pronounced false judgment, and hast condemned the innocent, and has let the guilty go free. Albeit the Lord saith, the innocent and righteous shall thou not slay. All right. Now then, if thou hast seen her, tell me, under what tree sawest thou them companying together? Who answered, under a mastic tree. Yeah, so Daniel, all right, asked him, where were you, what tree were you underneath when you saw her? Right. And he said, a mastic tree. All right. And Daniel said, very well, thou hast lied against thy own head, for even now the angel of the Most High has received the sentence of the Most High to cut thee in two. Whoo! All right. So he put him aside and commanded to bring the other, because remember, there was 2 elders, all right, that bear false witness against her. All right. And said unto him, O thou seed of Canaan, and not of Judah, beauty has deceived thee, and lust has perverted thy heart. Thus have ye dwelt with the daughters of Israel, and they for fear company with you, but the daughter of Judah would not abide in your wickedness. All right. Now therefore tell me under what tree didst thou take them companying together? Who answered, under an alm tree. Yeah, so he completely said a whole different tree than what the other dude said. All right. The other elders said. Then said Daniel unto them, well, Thou hast also lied against thy own head, for the angel of the Most High waiteth with the sword to cut thee into two. All right, that he may destroy you. All right. With that, all the assembly cried out with a loud voice and praised the Most High and praised God. All right, who saveth them that trust in Him. And they arose against the two elders, for Daniel had convicted them false witnesses by their own mouth. All right. And according to the law of Moses, all right, they did unto them in such sort as they maliciously attended to their neighbor. Yeah, so that's talking about let me get Deuteronomy 19 and 19, all right. Then shall ye do unto him as he had thought to have done unto his brother. So shalt thou put the evil away from among you. Yeah, so you got to do unto what you've done unto somebody has to be done unto you, man. That's called righteous judgment, man. All right, you got to reap what you sow, man. All right. So it says, according to the law of Moses, they did unto them in such sort as they maliciously intended to do to their neighbor, and they put them to death. All right, because remember in Proverbs 19 and 9, it says, a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish, meaning shall be put to death, man. All right, so a false witness has to be put to death. All right, that's according to the law of Moses. All right, so it says that they did according to the law of Moses, and they put them to death. Thus the innocent blood was saved the same day. All right. Also, Proverbs 19 and 5, it says, a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape, man. All right. So a false witness is not unpunished, man. And that's why they were put to death, man. All right. According to the will of the Most High, man. According to the will of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. All right. So it says, according to the law of Moses, they did unto them in such sort as they maliciously intended to their neighbor. All right, intended to do to their neighbor, and they put them to death. Thus the innocent blood was saved the same day. Therefore Chelseas and his wife praised the Most High for their daughter Susanna, with Jocham her husband, and all the kindred, because there was no dishonesty found in her. From that day forth was Daniel had in great reputation in the sight of the people. All right. So that was the point I had wanted to get, man, that they was put to death for what they have done, which was bearing false witness, man. All right. All right. And that's why it says Proverbs 19 and 9, a false witness shall not be unpunished. And that was definitely the case. They was put to death, man. All right. And he that speaketh lies shall perish. All right. It says Proverbs 19 and 5, a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape, man. All right. You got Deuteronomy 19 and 9. We have read that. Then shall ye do unto him as ye had thought to have done unto his neighbor. So shalt thou put the evil away from among you. That's right. All right. There's another one I wanted to get. Exodus 23 and 7. Keep thee far from a false matter. Yeah, you're supposed to stay away from false people and false matters, man. All right. False witnesses and all that, man. People that lie, man. All right. It says, and the innocent and righteous slay not thou. Yeah, you're not supposed to put to death the innocent, man. All right. And that's why she was saved from being put to death, because she was innocent, man. All right. That's why it says right here at the end of the 62nd verse, it says, thus the innocent blood was saved the same day. All right. Because she cried out unto the Lord, because she was innocent, man. All right. And she was righteous, man. As we read in the beginning of the chapter, she feared the Lord. All right. She was a righteous woman. All right. It says right here, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, which they was trying to do, man. All right, they was trying to commit adultery, man, by sleeping with Jocham's wife, Susanna. All right, and that's why it says right here, the adulterer. All right, because that's how a man commits adultery, by sleeping with another man's wife. Because a man is allowed to have more than one woman. All right, according to the scriptures. But that's another lesson for another day. All right, it says the adulterer and the adulteress shall be put to death. And an adulteress is a woman that sleeps with another man, all right, besides her husband, all right, because a woman's supposed to have one man her entire life, all right. So it says the adulterer and the adulteress shall be put to death, all right. I got another one here, all right. Oh yeah, Exodus 20:16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Whoo! That's one of the 10 commandments. That's one of the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. And that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did. And that's why Proverbs 6:16 says, a false witness that speaketh lies. All right. These 6 things does the Lord hate. A false witness that speaketh lies. All right. And that's one of the 10 commandments, all right, is the Exodus 20:16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. So they got exactly what they deserve, literally. All right, Proverbs 19:9. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish, meaning he shall be put to death. All right. So that's basically it, man. They got what they deserved. They got what they had coming to them, man. All right. The Lord sees everything, man. Everything comes to light, man. All right, like it says, let me read up a little bit. Right here, all right, verse 52. All right, so when they were put asunder one from another, he called one of them and said unto him, "Oh, thou that art waxen old in wickedness, now thy sins which thou hast committed aforetime are come to light." Yeah, everything comes to light, man. All right. The Lord got your back when you righteous, man. All right. And that's you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, man. The Israelites, man. The Lord got y'all back when you're righteous. All right. When you're close to him, man. When you're innocent, man. The Lord always will have your back when you're with him, man. All right. The Lord will always have you, man. All right. What does it say in I think it's in the Apocrypha. Hold on, it says, was there any man confounded? Something like that. Hold on. Ecclesiasticus 2:10. All right, it says, look at the generations in old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was not and was forsaken? Whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Yeah, so the Lord will always got your back, man. The Lord will never despise you if you call upon him. All right, and his name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushua. Those are the names you call upon. All right. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? That's right. That's right. So the Lord always will have your back when you call upon him, man. All right. When you tend to the Lord, when you do what you're supposed to do, man. All right. When you call upon Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, man. That's the Lord you pray to and abide in, man. All right. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, I'm talking to you because you're the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. All right. So, with that being said, I hope, that was edifying. And, with that being said, call Halalyim, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakal Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. All right. So with that being said, shalom, shalom.